Now, this is an interesting little follow-on, actually, given that we've just been talking sort of about the price of food. Extraordinary effort here from a local charity. 45 people facing food poverty or loneliness have been fed a 3-course meal for the cost of a pint of milk. I just find this absolutely amazing. Peterborough FoodCycle collected a 1/4 tonne of food from the city's supermarkets that would otherwise have been thrown away. Cross Keys Homes helped run the weekly scheme at Westgate Church. Joseph Durant is the Housing Association's programme manager. He says food waste and food poverty just shouldn't coexist.
Supermarkets shouldn't be throwing food into the bin and other people going hungry at the same time. And FoodCycle comes in with a really neat project that combines volunteers to cook the food, supermarkets to provide the food, and a resource to cook the food, which in this case is the Westgate Church in the centre of town.
And how many people are you feeding?
So yesterday's session fed 45 people using totally donated food from supermarkets around Peterborough. And in fact, we managed to feed all of these people a 3-course meal just for the cost of a pint of milk. And the pint of milk wasn't actually to go into the ingredients of the food, it actually was used to put in the tea of the volunteers who were cooking the food.
Joseph, let's rein back a bit there. The price of a pint, not even 4 pints, so this is 50p or something like that, is it?
Yeah, so just about £1. There were approximately 15 volunteers at the session, cooking and serving the food, helping to pick up the food from supermarkets and then serve the food to the 45 people. It's a 3-course meal. It's a fair amount of effort, so a lot of tea needs to be drunk in order to make sure that happens.
And FoodCycle has been running since 2008. How have things changed?
Well, one of the changes is that it's expanding, so there's lots more hubs popping up all over the country, and Peterborough is one of the latest additions, so we're a new project. We're looking for volunteers. In particular, we're looking for people who can help transport the food at the beginning of the day, who can go to the supermarkets, pick it up and bring it down to the hub in the centre of town.
And how do you qualify to get a free meal?
It's actually open to everyone. It's targeted at people at risk of food poverty or social isolation.
So not homeless necessarily?
No, not homeless. People who are feeling the financial pinch. People who want to come in and meet new people, make some friends. And it's open to everyone. So whilst the meals are free, completely free, we do ask if people want to make a donation that they can. It helps to support the ongoing costs of running a project like this.
What sort of people do you get turn out? That's what I was going to ask you as well.
It is a complete mix. So we've been running for a few sessions now, and we've had some congregation from the church that we run in, so that's the Westgate Church. We've had local people who would otherwise use the soup kitchens in the evening, who want to have a sit-down 3-course meal. Our food is nutritiously balanced. Essentially, we try and ensure that there's a good amount of protein and vegetables and carbohydrate in it to have a well-rounded meal.
So your 3-course meal wouldn't be chicken or lamb steaks or anything like that?
No meat, and that's partly for food safety reasons. Obviously, we're using stuff that would otherwise be disposed of by the supermarket, so it's past its best before, not its use by date, but it's past its best before date, so therefore it can't be sold by the supermarkets. But often it's perfectly good food, and we'd only use the good food, but meat and fish is actually more likely to go bad more quickly, whereas vegetables, it could be past its sell-by date, but it's actually perfectly good. It's not got any mould growing on it. It's not gone mushy from being kind of in the chiller cabinet. It's a completely perfect courgette, for instance, that just has a label that sadly means that it would have gone in the bin.
Joseph Durant there talking to Johnny Dee. Joseph's from Cross Keys Homes talking about the Peterborough charity FoodCycle. Just extraordinary. A 3-course meal for 45 people for less than £1.